On this day, April 15th, 1912, more than 1,000 people lost their lives when the so-called unsinkable ship Titanic sank in the North Atlantic Ocean. Let's look into this tragedy in detail. When it set sail on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York, Titanic was the largest and most luxurious ship in the world. At 8:30 p.m. on April 10th, the liner left Southampton carrying 2,200 passengers and 800 crew members. There were many wealthy passengers on board, including John Jacob Astor IV, who would have been the richest man in America had he lived. Also on board was Benjamin Guggenheim, chairman of the Copper Trust and a major shareholder in the Ford Motor Company. Isidore and Ida Strauss, owners of Macy's department store, and several other millionaires. 4 days into the journey, on the night of April 14th, around 11:40 p.m., Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. It was traveling at a speed of about 25 knots, but because of the calm seas, the lookout did not see the iceberg until it was too late. When the ship hit the iceberg, a series of loud groans echoed across the ship as the 45-ton piece of ice ripped a 6-meter wide hole in the ship as hull. As the water temperature was just above freezing, the passengers and crew were in grave danger. Although the ship had lifeboats, there were only 20 lifeboats for the 2,200 passengers and crew. Women and children were given lifeboats first. The captain tried to put out the fires in the ship's boiler rooms, but it was impossible. He then sent out flares to signal for help. A nearby ship saw the flares, but assumed they were fireworks. The next morning, the captain sent out another signal, but by then, it was too late. The Titanic, which had hit the iceberg on the starboard side, slowly began to sink. The ship's orchestra played music to keep the passengers calm. Some passengers put on life jackets and stood on the deck, waiting to be rescued. Others prayed. Still, others wrote letters, knowing that they would never be read. At around 1:30 a.m., the ship was almost completely submerged. The captain ordered the remaining lifeboats to be distributed among the passengers and crew. At 2:20 a.m., the captain and crew helped the last group of passengers into lifeboats, and the Titanic sank below the surface. An estimated 1,496 people died, while around 700 survived. Only 6 lifeboats were recovered. The wreck of the Titanic now lies 12,000 feet beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, serving as a reminder of the limits of human arrogance and technology. Did you know that? The lifeboat for Titanic was scheduled for the same day the ship sank, but it was canceled for unknown reasons. This could have saved many of the passengers and crew, but why was the lifeboat canceled is still a mystery. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.